My name is Megan Loft. I selected the recipe papas rellenas, which are stuffed potatoes, from the country of Colombia. I chose this country because I have never been there, so I thought it would be a cool new experience. I chose this recipe because I love to cook, and this recipe seemed a little more complex than the others I saw. After reading about the country of Colombia, I found many things very interesting. Colombians used many different cooking techniques, such as slow simmering, steaming in leaves, cooking over wood, and built these flavor based out of a tomato green onion called hogoa. Another thing I learned about Colombia is that street food is an integral part of their cuisine. I thought this was interesting because street food has to be one of my favorites. One thing I learned about the country of Colombia is that their cuisine is based on the indigenous traditions and biodiversity of the rainforest. This recipe is typically eaten for breakfast, an afternoon snack, or an appetizer. It is also known that it is also known as an everyday comfort food often sold by street vendors or made at home. This recipe doesn't really remind me of anything from my family, but it does remind me of fried cheese, mashed potato balls I've seen people make here in America. When making this recipe, I chose to follow it the best I could. I chose not to make any changes because I wanted to make it as close to the original as possible. I was thinking of making it with chicken as well, but during the recipe, I decided not to. I also decided to take out the boiled eggs because I didn't think I would be a fan. All around, this recipe has a high source of nutrition, but it also has some risk factors. The potatoes used are a great source of carbs and fiber. The ground beef and eggs are a great source of protein, and even the spices used in the recipe add small amounts of vitamins and antioxidants. Although there are some health benefits in this recipe, there are also some risk, including high fat and calories due to frying the potato balls, as well as high sodium due to the salt content. Lastly, frying the food decreases the nutrient density. Something you could possibly do to make this recipe healthier is possibly cooking it using a different method, such as air frying, baking. You can also make it with more vegetables and use a leaner meat option. After making this recipe, I tried it and wasn't the biggest fan, but if I were to make it again, I would definitely change the meat, possibly add more vegetables, and add more seasoning to my liking. All around, making this recipe from another country has definitely widened my horizon and makes me want to make more recipes from around the world.